Joining us now to discuss this case is former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani.
As you just heard, the jury has reached a partial verdict agreeing on 4 of the 5 counts facing Sean Combs after deliberating for about 12 hours. The speed at which they reached those decisions, what does that tell you?
Well, generally, this is not a good sign for the prosecution, especially on the most serious count of sex trafficking. But let's go through the scenarios. We have counts 2 and 4, which are sex trafficking of Cassie Ventura and victim Jane, respectively, and counts 3 and 5 are prostitution. I personally think there's a lot of evidence for prostitution. The defense didn't make a compelling defense at all. They essentially argued that Combs thought he was hiring porn stars and making homemade porno videos. Not particularly compelling. That being said, if the government only secures a conviction on prostitution, that's essentially lost. This will be the most expensive prostitution trial in American history. Now you're turning to sex trafficking, and some of this is reading the tea leaves, but you got to look at racketeering to maybe get a sense of where the jurors are with respect to sex trafficking, and this is why. Racketeering has 3 components. The first is a criminal enterprise. The second is an unlawful agreement. The third is 2 or more racketeering acts, sometimes called predicate acts. And it's important to note that prostitution and sex trafficking are potential racketeering acts. So it's possible that the jurors have returned a guilty verdict on prostitution and sex trafficking, and they're just trying to find that criminal enterprise or unlawful agreement, or the fact that they returned so quickly on the sex trafficking counts, which in my opinion are the most difficult to prove because consent is a defense, may lead us to believe that they actually have a split verdict, guilty on prostitution and not guilty on sex trafficking.
The note from the jury said they had unpersuadable jurors on both sides and that racketeering charge can bring the steepest sentence of them all, potentially life in prison. How long do you think this judge will give the jury to reach a decision on that one count?
Well, the judge is definitely going to take until the end of the week because we haven't even reached the point where the judge has issued an Allen charge. And that's a jury instruction based on a pretty famous Supreme Court case, aptly titled Allen. And that instruction will say that you are to continue deliberating and keep an open mind and don't take an entrenched position. So we're not quite deadlocked yet. Let's not forget yesterday, the jurors within the first hour said there's a juror number 25, that refuses to deliberate. Then lo and behold, approximately a day and a half later, they have guilty or not guilty verdicts on 4 of those 5 counts. So I don't think we're quite deadlocked yet, but Friday is, of course, July 4th and a holiday. Never underestimate the power of a 3-day weekend to convince 12 strangers to get their act together. So if we don't get a verdict by Thursday afternoon, we're looking at the very real possibility of a hung jury on that top count, racketeering conspiracy.
That's interesting. Well, if the jury does remain hung on that racketeering charge and the judge allows a partial verdict, can Combs be retried for racketeering?
He potentially can, and this is going to go one of 2 ways. If the jurors are guilty on sex trafficking and prostitution, I don't think the government is going to come back, bring the victims back, spend 2 months retrying this case just to get racketeering. Sex trafficking in particular with force has a 15-year mandatory minimum sentence and a potential life sentence. So Combs is going to go away for quite some time. If, on the other hand, the jurors are just guilty of prostitution, the Mann Act, interstate travel to engage in prostitution, not guilty on sex trafficking, and hung on racketeering, I don't think the government is going to retry the case. That means that notwithstanding the testimony of Cassie Ventura, Mia, and Jane, the jurors did not believe that the sexual activity was not consensual, didn't believe that they were forced or coerced. I don't think that any prosecutor is going to drag those women back into court to tell their story entirely again when a jury didn't believe that they were trafficked to try to get a conviction on the racketeering count.
Yeah, it was a brutal thing to listen to. All right, thank you so much, former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani. You've been a great help for us.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Giovanna.
Yeah, thank you.
We will have continuing coverage on this breaking news in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, and you could also get the latest on our website and by downloading the free ABC 7 Los Angeles app.